Welcome to my channel, Creative Cooking and Ani's Kitchen, where I also post my journey, videos on my journey with home hemodialysis. Now, I was nocturnal, as you all know from my other videos if you've watched them. But because I had to go through the surgeries that I went through, the tunnel cath, the revision on my arm to extend the site, they put me back on what's called a day prescription, which is only 3 hours and 45 minutes, as opposed to the 6.5 hours I do when I sleep nocturnally. So it's a little bit faster. Instead of an ultrafiltration speed of 0.8 or 0.40 rather, I'm doing 0.8. Instead of a dialysate rate of 4.0, I'm doing an 8.4. See what I mean? So it's a little faster speed as far as cleaning the blood out. So I should be going back to nocturnal as soon as I get released from the doctor and they take this tunnel cath off. Now I go this Friday. So hopefully this is nice and healed. I'll be able to use it again and they'll take this out right there in the office. Right now, as you can see, I have a heart monitor prescribed by the neurologist because of the stroke that I had, even though Yeshua said, no, that ain't happening. And there is no sign of a stroke on the scans or x-rays or MRIs, none. No residual effects, thank you, Father. So he's not sure what happened. However, they did witness it, you know, because I went to the hospital and I had my face dripping and, you know, my mouth was this way and my speech was slurred. But while I was there, through prayer, I called my prayer warrior, my husband, to protect. They all prayed. I prayed. My husband prayed. And within the 4 hours I was there, I started healing. My face started going back. And see what I'm saying? So, and in the scans, it shows nothing. No residual effects, no signs that I've had a stroke. So they're not sure what it was. He says it was definitely not Bell palsy because it affected my arm. It went numb where I couldn't grab anything. So he's not sure what it was. So he's going to check to see if it was a TIA. He's going to check my heart. And I got to wear this for 3 days. So I got it today via UPS shipping. And I put it on. And so today, tomorrow, the next day, I'll take it off and ship it back. Isn't that nice? I don't have to go anywhere to get fitted for it or anything. They just ship it to you and you ship it right back. And it's turned on, so they're monitoring it. You know, it's going through, and I think it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing because travel is hard for me right now. I know I look okay, like I'm fine, but you know, physically challenged is what I really am, because I also they discovered I have a tethered spinal cord over to the left. So, and I've had it since birth, and they never found it before. So it's too late for surgery, you know, because it's already, I mean, if they would have caught it when I was a baby or a child, they would have done surgery and fixed it, you know, untethered it. But they can't. Now it's too wound up. It's too connected. It would be very dangerous to go in there and try to untether it. I could be paralyzed. So the next best thing is physical therapy. And I'm all for it. You know, if it's going to make me feel better, you know, because when that kicks in, It's a whole tube of capsaicin, child. But anyway, listen. This video is going to be on how to connect, okay, for treatment using the tunnel cath. Using this bad boy. Now this is connected in my chest to a vein, okay? It's plugged into a vein. One that runs down my heart chamber. Okay, so here we go. First thing you do is you wash your hands, which I have. I always use Gel Right hand sanitizer after. Okay, so I'm doing this. Sanitizing my hands in case I touch anything I'm not supposed to. Okay, then we're going to put on our gloves once your hand dries, because otherwise you'll have trouble putting on your gloves. Okay, so I'm putting on my gloves. And it's important to have your supplies right next to you. Everything in order. So I have my gloves here on this little end table, one night door, I guess. Okay. Alright, so got that. So the next thing I want is a mask. Okay. Don't put on a mask. I hope you all still be able to hear me fine. Alright. My vision is a little blurry today. Could be my blood pressure. I don't know. But some days it's like that. And I've had cataract surgery done and lenses put in through all this. Let me tell you another thing. When you go through transplant process as far as applying, okay, and prepping for it, all the tests and stuff, guess what else you have to get cleared by? Who else? A dentist. I actually had to go through my dentist to get cleared for transplant surgery. So keep that in mind. Yep, you gotta get them teeth clean and no infection, no periodontal disease, none of that. Otherwise, they won't list you. Could you imagine that? But for good reasons. Because when you get infection in your mouth and your teeth and gums, you swallow. And that goes down, and so it makes sense. All right, so you get yourself a little mirror. And the reason why you get a little mirror is because you have to look at what you're doing over here. So I'm going to get my arm out of here, okay, so that I can work with this, okay? All right. Jeez, I got like a million shots on. That's terrible. You gotta almost get naked. Okay, so let me just put some Gel Right on my gloves. All right. Clean, clean, clean. Okay, you get yourself your little mat. All right. And you kind of put it around you like a bib. Alright, a little bit more Gel Right. Alright, so these are the supplies that I was prescribed with to cannulate through my lumens, okay? You need ChloraPrep swab stick. It's like alcohol, okay, to clean the area with once you take your adhesive Band-Aid off. So the island dressing is given to you. Let me show you what it looks like. Well, it's given to me through the VA. Okay, so here's the island dressing. This is how big it is. Okay, and you pull this off and then the other one off and stick it on. So, some surgical scissors. You're gonna need 2 10mm syringes without the needle, okay? Because you have to draw the blood out, and I'll show you. You're gonna need 2 saline syringes. These are full of saline to flush back in. Then you're gonna need 2 10mm syringes with the needle, okay? And my lumens say that I have to put in 2 milliliters of heparin. And here's the heparin. And I put 2 units of that, or 2 milliliters of that, in each syringe, 1 for each lumen. Okay? You're gonna need some gauze wrap, okay, to wrap around your lumens when you're done, okay. As you can see the wrap around there. You're gonna need some fresh caps for the tips of the lumens, and you'll see them, okay. You need new ones every time you canalize or cannulate, however you say it. Then you're going to need tape, and I have a long strip of tape right here, as you can see. I always get it and I tape it to the wall because it's easier for me to grab when I'm ready to use it. Now, the other thing that you will use are these little line connectors. This kind of secures the line so they don't fall down to the floor, just in case it disconnects. It stays up in there, like held up, and gives you time, you know, to clamp and put everything back together. And it doesn't fall on the floor, on your lap, squirting blood everywhere. It doesn't get contaminated either. All right, so another thing you're going to need is a whole bunch of alcohol preps, a whole bunch. And gloves, you're going to use about, I'd say 5 to 6 pairs per treatment. And you're going to see why. Now, right now, I'm going to change mine because I've been touching everything. So, get some more gel. Now, when you wash your hands at the beginning, you get these little wipe ball cloth. It's like napkins. And this is what you dry your hands with. Don't use the bathroom hand towel or anything like that. Sanitary. Okay? So let's go and put on some fresh gloves. Tomorrow I have to take blood samples, pre and post, the tiger and the green cap. So I'll come back tomorrow and add that, and that way you can see how I draw my blood samples and out of this. And then I'll wrap up the video and post this. All right, so we have with new gloves on. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is change the dressing. And then I'll go ahead and get my iPad and connect to that. Okay, nice and clean. I'll tell you what, that glue really itches. It does. Oh my God, you just want to scratch everything. Just want to scratch that itch. They need to make these adhesives, island dressing, I don't know, different style, because that itches. Alright, so like I said, this has alcohol on it. So I'm going to go to my mirror. Let me put this down so you can see. Go to my mirror right here. Okay? Where I can see what I'm doing. And I am going to go in a circle, is how I was taught by my team. Okay? First on the inside. I usually go underneath. Okay? And then on the outside. And that's where I get to scratch. Oh! You have no idea. This feels so good. Sometimes I take 15 minutes just to scratch. And it's not even scratching, it's rubbing with this alcohol. Oh, God, that feels so good. Y'all have no idea. Oof. Ah, now it burns. Okay, so you let that air dry, and while that's air drying, you can go ahead and remove the other adhesive protector. Okay. And now that it's dry, we're gonna put this new Band-Aid on, covering the site on the bottom and the one right here on the top. Yep. 2 sides. Alright. Make sure that it's nice and closed. Y'all realize I'm scratching. You don't realize I'm scratching myself. I ain't fooling nobody. But anyway, so that's on there. So, now that I've changed my dressing, I need to change my gloves. And this is where, ooh, my ring is caught. This is where I grab my iPad, because this is how I communicate my information. This is how I chart, okay, through the iPad now. So I put in my code and sign in, okay. First thing I do is I check my settings, okay, because I want to make sure I'm on the right Wi-Fi address. And it is. It says next stage router, and that's what I want. Sometimes it'll flip back to Spectrum, and it won't communicate to the clinic if it's on Spectrum. It's got to be on the next stage router. So, okay, so that's good. So now I'm going to go to the next to me hub. Okay, I do the touch ID, and I'm in. So now I program my pre-treatment information. I go to catheter, because that's what I'm going to use. Then I put the cartridge type, which is a 172C. I put the lot numbers, and these are all correct. And this is SAC use number 1. It has passed the chloramine test. Pre-treatment weight. This is where I weigh myself. So give me just a second. Okay, I'm back. So I got my weight. I put it in the iPad. I got my standing blood pressure. Now I'm doing my sitting. So put this down. And I went ahead and checked the lot numbers on the sack and the cartridge. Make sure they were right. Now I ain't got no good memory. Well, it is better than what I thought, because I second guessed myself a lot. But when you're messing around with so many things, you know, responsible for all of this, and the insulin pump, and heart monitor, and CPAP machine, you get so much going on and so many people to report to, you know. Sometimes you gotta second guess what you're doing so that you make sure you're doing it right. Okay, so here's my sitting blood pressure, normal, 126/53, which is awesome. My standing was 110/52. Okay, oxygen is, or rather pulse, is 73. So that's all good. And my temperature was 97.9. All right, so that's done. Let me put this back over here. Okay. You have to have a little table. You have to have another table. And you have to have a little nightstand. I mean, you just got stuff everywhere. But, so then you finish filling this. Let me show you what it looks like. This chart out. Okay. So, pre-treatment labs drawn. No. Hospitalization since last treatment? No. Shortness of breath? No. Any chest pain or palpitation? No. Any swelling? Yes, there's always swelling. Any digestive problems? No. Any change in mobility? Of course, yes. Access, redness, drainage, swelling? No. Dressing changed? Yes. Any redness or drainage? No. Ports aspirate and flush easily? I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Gel right. Okay. We're going to put gloves on again. There you go. Wait till that gel dries. Otherwise, you have trouble putting your gloves on. Alright, here you go. This is what, third pair of gloves? I tell you, you wear about 5-6 pairs per treatment. Alright, so, gel right. Alright, here we go. Let me bring you in closer so you can see what I'm doing. Hola! Okay. I'm gonna have to put some more gel on. I have to mess with that wire. Okay. Hope you all can see me okay now. Alright, so now we're gonna mess with the lumens. The venous and arterial lumens. So we're going to take our scissors. And we're going to cut the old dressing and tape off. Be careful not to cut the ports. Alright, so once you cut this off, then you're going to aspirate each line, the venous and arterial. See, you got blue for venous, red for arterial. The arterial draws the blood out, it goes through the machine, and the clean blood returns through the venous into your heart, and it disperses it throughout your system. So we're going to grab an alcohol pad. Okay. We're going to make sure our clamp is locked in. So make sure your lumens are clamped. And we're going to remove the blue venous cap and throw it in the trash. We're going to wipe the port entry with the alcohol pad. Okay, here's the alcohol pad. You put it right there on the tip at about 15 seconds. Alright. We then grab the sterile 10mm syringe and connect it to the lumen. Okay, just it screws right in there. See? Now we're going to unclamp and we're going to pull out. For me, it's 10 milliliters, which is what this holds. And you pulled out that heparin, the old heparin, and 8 milliliters of blood. Then we're going to clamp. We're going to remove the syringe. Throw this in the bio Sharpie, biohazard Sharpie. Okay. We're going to get another alcohol swab and clean the tip of that. Otherwise, you'll have a bloody mess. Because the little bit of blood that stays in this, sometimes it'll drip out. So you clean the end of that. You take your sterile saline syringe, and this has 10 milliliters of saline in it, and you screw that on. Unclamp and flush, push in that saline. Then you clamp and you leave it on until you go and connect. Alright, so now we're going to do the arterial. Again, take your alcohol pad, okay? Make sure the clamp is clamped, okay? Before you take this cap off. Otherwise, you'll have blood squirting everywhere. So you remove the cap and clean the port for about 15 seconds. Okay? I want to make sure everything is sterile. I don't want an infection in my heart. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, be careful with these things. And when you have a tunnel cath, you have to get one of those shower head handles, you know, so that when you shower, because you can't get this wet, so that when you shower, you can actually aim, you know, directly at certain places without wetting your site. And because if you do, you know, you run the dangers of infection that way. So, okay, 15 seconds. We're going to get the sterile syringe, and we're going to screw it right at the end of the port. I'm going to put that on there, and we're going to unclamp, pull all the way to 10 milliliters. Okay? We're going to close the clamp and then unscrew the syringe from the port or lumen, toss it in the biohazard Sharpie container. We're going to get another alcohol pad right here. Wipe the end of this. Okay. We'll take our 10 milliliter saline syringe, remove the cap, screw that onto the tip, unclamp, flush, clamp. That's it. Now we need to go plug in. Alright, so first thing, we're gonna change clothes again. Yep. I'm going to take some of these gloves with me over there because those that I have over there are a little bit smaller and it'll be difficult for me. I'm also taking my gel right over there and I'm taking you over there. Hold on. Okay, so we're over to the machine. All that has already been set. Okay, you should know how to put your cartridge in and all that sack. If not, I have videos on that. So just go back and look at anything that says episode this of my journey with ESRD and find what you need there. I hope it's helpful. I pray it is. Okay, so since we aspirated each port, okay, on the tongue cap, the question at the bottom that says ports aspirate and flush easily, yes, it did. So I'll answer yes. And now I'm ready. If I don't need to add any notes on meds or anything, I'm ready to hit monitor treatment. So I go into monitor treatment, and this is what I get. This is going to give my reading for the arterial pressure, venous pressure, and effluent pressure. So what I usually do here is I put it right in there. Why? Because I have to take blood pressure reading every 30 minutes when I'm on a day prescription. Okay, nighttime, nocturnal, you don't have to do that. Why? Because you sleep. That's the whole thing. You sleep through it. So, but with day prescriptions, every 30 minutes you have to take your blood pressure, your vitals, and put it in there, chart it, okay? This replaces all the writing, all the paperwork charting, all right? So here we go. We have our gloves up there. We have our gel right. We have alcohol pads right here. And we're going to get it done and plug in. So, gel right. Gloves. I'm telling you, wear a lot of gloves. You have to wear them when you fresh pair when you come off of this, and then you have to change again over there. Yep. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pairs each treatment. All right. All right, so more gel. And this does not take the place of washing your hands in the beginning. You know, before you even start all this mess, you have to go and wash your hands. I use dial soap. Wash really well. okay? And usually I do it twice. Come in here, grab one of those white balls, pat my hands dry, okay? And then proceed from there from what you saw. But I keep using this to maintain a sanitary process, okay? All right, so this is my line. These are my lines, rather. We have arterial in blue. Arterial in red, Venous in blue. I'm going to go ahead and plug into the Venous since it's on the right, and then arterial on the left. So I'll go ahead and get an alcohol pad. Okay. I'm going to remove this syringe. Okay. Wipe the port. Alright. Disconnect the venous from the line. Connect it to the port, the lumen. Now, the venous has a clamp that connects. It's made onto the line that connects both ends. It hooks right in there. Let me show you up close. You see? So it hooks right in there. I think I'm going to leave you here for now. If this camera will stay. There we go. So, there's the connection. So now I'm going to unclamp both clamps, the clamp for the lumen, the clamp for the line. I've opened them up. Now, arterial turn. Go ahead and get our alcohol pad. You need garbage cans everywhere too, by the way. Alright, make sure your clamp is closed before you disconnect the 10 ml syringe, and you're gonna wipe it. Alright, once that's wiped, you're gonna disconnect the arterial line from this little adapter thing, or connector. Here's the arterial. Put it right in there. And then we're going to take one of these little soldiers. The small hook goes on top because the line is thinner there. And then the larger goes on the bottom. And there it is. Yeah. So, if this for some reason comes loose, it's locked right in there. So it's not going to slide and fly everywhere. And you got the padding on, so you get a chance to, catch whatever blood as you screw it back in there. But right now we're going to unclamp the line to the cartridge and the line from the lumen. So they're both unclamped. Now we've got both lines ready. So we're going to go to our cycler. We have to change gloves before you touch the machine. Yes. I know. It's a lot. I tell you. It takes, and it doesn't matter whether you're a fast learner or not. It'll take a good 2 weeks before you get to good routine. So don't stress yourself out over it. It's better to go slow in the beginning and make sure you look at your notes. Because when I went to training, I wrote everything down. Everything. And just check yourself really well. And before you get on, make sure your clamps are open, you know. And eventually, it just becomes pretty much second nature. You just automatically know what to do. You know, it becomes robotic almost. But you have to pay attention and stay awake, because sometimes you can skip a part absent-mindedly, not meaning to, you know, if you kind of start daydreaming. All right, so now that I've changed my gloves, a little bit more gel on the outside, and now we're going to go on here, and we'll go ahead and hit the green kidney to start the process. Down here, my time, 3 hours and 45 minutes. I don't know if you can see that. And it's going to start giving me my pressure readings. So I have to put my blood flow to 350. Yours might be different. So this is all prescription. All right? So that's it. And I'm on 30 liters of dialysate every treatment. And right now, I think I'm going to do 2.0 liters of waste is what I want to take off. It's a challenge because I actually only gained 0.9. So I'm actually doing a whole 1.1 liters extra of removal. It's called a challenge. And you can challenge it. You can challenge your waste gain. You sure can. Sometimes you have more in there than what you think. You know, or you lose weight. Your dry weight, you can lose weight. And so you always got to challenge yourself, even if just a little bit. All right, so that's it. I am dialyzing right now, and everything looks good. All right, so for me, once I plug in, I have to do vitals. So, blood pressure time. Sitting down. And that'll ping and pop up every 30 minutes. There's a time at the bottom left that you can also look at to see how much time you got before your next reading. So sometimes you'll just fall asleep through your treatment. Not purposely, but sometimes I'll be so tired. Maybe I didn't get a good night's sleep the night before like I didn't get last time. And I'll get in this chair, this recliner right in front of me. It's over. I got the TV up there in the corner. Let me show you. See that? Headphone sets right there. I'm getting ready to go get it. And I'll sit in this comfortable recliner. You have no idea. And I'll pass out, fall asleep, not realizing. Okay, here's my blood pressure. And now I've got 25 minutes. Now I've got 25 minutes before the next one. It's right there in the corner. Okay, so that's it for now. I'm plugged in. I'm getting ready to turn this overhead light on. Leave that little lamp on. Turn this TV on. Put my headset on. Sit in that chair and chill out till my treatment's over. I'll be back when that happens, and I'll show you how to disconnect and what the process is in closing out. Alright, so I'll be back. Hey everyone, welcome back. The next day, I told you I had to draw blood the next day and I'd be back. So what I'm going to do, I've already done everything else. What I'm going to do is draw the blood, show you that part of it, and then I'll go away for a little bit, and when I cannulate and I'm done with treatment, then I'll start filming that part of it, and that should give you the complete picture. Okay? So, hope everybody's doing okay. I got a video after this one of a Puerto Rican dish that's going viral. It's going everywhere, and it's my people are always inventing stuff, and I love that. I think that's where I get it from. But it's a good little dish with some maduros, plátanos maduros, and some meat. It's like a lasagna almost. It's really delicious. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you, now this is for tomorrow, show you how to draw your blood samples from here. Let me see how close I can bring you. Okay. Because I'm not going to cannulate right now. I'm not going to start treatment now. I'm going to go out there and watch some TV with my husband, spend some time with him. I'll cannulate later. So, but I wanted to get this part out the way. Okay? So, what I'm needing to do is the pre, which is the tiger, red dot, and the post, which is the mint green. Okay? So, this is pre-treatment, post-treatment. The before and after. The SST, which is the pre-treatment, it gets coagulated for 30 minutes and then you spin it. Post-treatment, it does not need to coagulate, but it does need to be spun. And as always, after you draw your blood, always do the hand toss or turn 10 times each way, just like that, real slow, because you don't want to bust up the blood cells. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to put my gloves on. Let's get some hand sanitizer, some Joe Right. Gloves, 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 gloves. I'm surprised I don't dream about gloves. I use them when I cook. I use them all day long. I don't use them every time I cook. When it's just me being hamster, no, that would be silly. But when I'm making a dinner and for someone else, or someone's coming over or whatever, then I wear them as I prepare the dishes. Whatever I need to put my hands into, whatever meats need to be seasoned, stuff like that. Alright. Yeah, a little bit of gel white for good measure. Alright. So here's how we do this. Okay, we take a 10 milliliter syringe. They're the ones with the yellow on the back. The syringe with the needle. You'll see why in a minute. Okay? We're going to take the needle off. Okay? Take alcohol prep. Make sure it's clamped. Go through the venous. I'm not going to throw this away because I'm not going to cannulate right now. Okay, clean this really well. 15 seconds. All right. 10 milliliter syringe connected to your Loomis. Unclamp. And actually, I need to do it through the arterial. My bad. Okay. Take your alcohol prep. Okay. 10 milliliter syringe. Remove the needle. Make sure the arterial clamp is shut. Take the cap off, but don't throw it away. I'm not going to throw it away only because I'm not getting ready to hook up yet. Alright? Go ahead and clean the port. 15 seconds. And then we're going to go ahead and take the 10 milliliter syringe, connect it to the arterial line. We're going to unclamp and we're going to pull. Okay, not all the way down, about 8 milliliters. We're going to clamp that back. Let's get an alcohol pad again. We're going to remove the syringe. Okay, clean the port and put the cap back on. Okay, we're going to take this syringe with the blood in it and we're going to put the needle right back on there. Screws right on. Pull that out. Take the pre-treatment tube, the SST or gold, and we're going to push some let's put this cap back on this needle and toss that. Now, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10. Now this has to sit right in here for 30 minutes. It has to coagulate before we put it in the spinner. This will be after treatment. So that's all I have for you right now. I'll be back. Like I said, said, when I get off the cycle, when I get finished treatment, I'll be back and we'll finish it up here. Now, after 30 minutes, I'll be back to show you when I put it in the centrifuge to spin. Alright, so I'll see you then. Okay, everyone, so it's been 30 minutes. This is the centrifuge. This is what we spin. So, I'm going to get the sample. Which, as you can see, has coagulated. And in here, I have a dummy so that it balances itself out when it spins. So here's the dummy. Okay. And you put it right across from one another. Okay. Close it and hit the button with the arrows that go around. And that's it. It's spinning. So once this stops, I'm going to go ahead and refrigerate it. And then when I'm done with my treatment, I'll go ahead and disconnect, go over there, draw blood for the other one, and that one I don't have to wait 30 minutes. That one I just do the hand turn and then spin it and refrigerate it. And it'll ship out tomorrow, which I have a label and I'm going to call it in now so that FedEx can pick it up tomorrow. But this is it. Okay guys, so I'm done dialyzing and disconnecting from treatment, from the cycler. Now after you do your rinse back, you come back over here, okay, get some gel right, get your gloves on, get your mask back on, and what you do, okay, what you do is you get your alcohol pad, okay, get that, you remove the venous, making sure that everything is clamped, okay, remove that syringe, put it in the Sharpie, okay, you wipe it, okay, okay, you take one of those syringes with the heparin in it. It's got 2 milliliters of heparin. And you take this, remove the needle, toss that in the Sharpie, and connect it to the end of the lumen, the port. Okay? Once you do that, you unclamp and you push that heparin in. Clamp, remove, toss in the Sharpie, get your little blue cap, okay, remove the sterilized cap, the white part, and you put that right at the tip. Alright, that one's done. Now, for the arterial, okay, same thing. It's clamped, so we're going to remove the syringe, Toss it into the Sharpie. Get yourself an alcohol pad. Prep pad. And you're going to wipe that. Like I said, 15 seconds is usually the rule of thumb. I'm going to speed up the process here. Okay. You're going to take the syringe, remove the needle, toss that into the Sharpie, and take it and connect it to the end of the arterial lumen. Unclamp it and shove that heparin right up in there. Alright, then you clamp it. Alright, remove it. Toss that into the Sharpie. Get the white cap off the red cap. And screw that on there. Okay. And now we're going to tape this together. Gauze and tape. Take your gauze. And you wrap it around. Once you got that wrapped up, take the tape that you have on the door or wherever you've put it. Okay, your long tape, and you start taping this up. And there you go. All gauzed and taped up. And that, folks, is the end of the treatment. Other than cleaning up the cycler, I look a hot mess. But that's all that's left. It's just to wipe that down, take that sack out. I've already turned everything off. I'm getting ready to wipe it with the sanding cloths they give you in a container. And you just pull one of those. It looks like a wipe, one of those sandy wipes. Yeah. And that was it. That's how you finish up. Now, usually after I take care of the cycler and the pure flow, I like to set up my table for the next treatment. But it's up to you. Everybody gets their own, you know, routine. So listen, if there's anything else I can help you with, if you have any questions, just ask away. I'll do my best to answer and to help you out. I mean, if I don't know the answer, I'll find the answer. Okay? But in the meantime, in between time, listen, you take care of yourself and one another. Okay? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, because this can help someone else. All right? And to the right of the subscription button, there's a notification bell. Go ahead and tap on that, and that way you'll be notified every time I upload a new recipe or video. Okay? And until the next one, y'all bless you. Bye.